eating something by any chance?
Yeah.
There's all of them
You can't
there,
eat
yeah.
anything in this place without sharing it.
Yeah, you have to share.
A bit perfect, see. Now, watch my fingers. Kids only have to watch you in snatches.
Well, sometimes you don't. It's just depends how long you've made a wait for the food.
No, a bit of bread.
This is the Pennine Way, and we're going down it to the reservoir. But if you was coming from Kinder and carrying on along the Pennine Way, you would be coming up this hill. So, and then a bit further back up that road, there's a path to turn off, and you go across the moors, across the tops. Across there. So I was filming and saying it was very hot but overcast, so we haven't got no sun on its heads, but it's still as hot. Better catch Mark up. Mummies and lambs, but the lambs are getting really big. Can't film when you've got dogs keep pulling you everywhere. Freya's a good girl. Freya's a good girl, aren't you, Frey? Aren't you, Frey? Battery's flashing. To change, find a seat, we'll have to change the battery. Yeah. I think there's more paths this side. The other side you have to keep going up onto the road. I says on the other side you have to keep going up onto the road. There's not a path, not that many paths all the way around. At the minute you can walk round a bit of it because I don't know without looking it up. Down, you can't see it from here, but where the sailing club is, the path, there's no path, but the water's that low, it's all like a sandy beach. Over on the side. Come on.
That one on the right, it's like a run-off channel down there. And when it gets too high, it runs off down the channel.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. You mean that ditch down there? Yeah, probably, because they don't want it kind of building up and coming up to the road, do they? Go on then. Well, you don't know.
You flood the valley before it went that
far, Kira, what you doing? Don't you go across there. Come here, Kira. Good girl. Oh, I'm gonna be soaked. I'm gonna need a shower. Kira, you'll go on the lead if you go off too far. Come on. Good boys. Good girls. Kira, get here. You're being a rascal. I didn't want to have clean clothes, did I? Why did I put clean clothes on? Flynn! Flynn's gonna get smacked! Looks a bit dark over there, doesn't it? If we were walking over towards Edale, might get a bit of rain. I think where that gorge is, just back there is where you go up to Edale. We now have 5 very wet and muddy dogs, don't we? Right, wet and muddy.
Immensely wet. I'm quite surprised at Kira.
And very, hold on, very muddy legs. Walk back up to the caravan. Just got across this road.
Oh, Fleming, I've been to that. Topside barns. Is that Fleming trail?
Oh yeah.
Bulk wood chippings and stuff like that. Power plant. Nobody's going to like it particularly quickly.
No, we've got to go up that hill back, haven't we?
Yep.
It's a massive one, I know. Well, we're back from our walk. It's Monday afternoon and the sun has stayed mostly behind the clouds, which is good, and it's a lot cooler. It's warm and muddly, but there's a nice breeze, but it's better than it was over the last 2 days. It was a bit too hot for the dogs because we find it difficult to find places for them to cool down. Yesterday we had to chuck a bucket of water over Badger to cool him off because he was panting that bad. He was really hot. So now we've just had another ice cream, and I think I'm going to sit in this chair for a little while, and then I'm going to go for a shower and get the mud off my legs, and then I think I'll cook some dinner. I don't know what time it is. That's only school holidays. We don't have to keep an eye on the time. Just do what you want, eh? Just laze about and do what you want and eat when you want, and don't matter what time it is. But I think it must be getting time for cooking some dinner, because I'm starting to get a bit hungry. We've been a nice long walk. We've been from the caravan up to the Pennine Way. So if you was walking from Edale over by Kinder and then over to Crowden, I think that's how you say it. Might be, you might say it slightly different to that. It's spelt Crowden. And you come out at the reservoir, you cross the reservoir, and you come up this like farmer's track, and then you don't turn at the Pennine Way signs, you carry on down the farmer's track and you come down to the caravan site. So it's really handy for the Pennine Way, and I might actually have a go at walking it from Edale, get the train to Edale and walk it here, camp the night here, and then walk it back again. That might be on one of my bucket lists to do, with 1 or 2 dogs. Probably one would fit in my tent better than 2. So that's a thought for the future. I might just do that, and and then get the train back home again. So anyway, I don't know what we'll be doing for the rest of the day. I don't think we'll be going and filming anymore. Well, I think we've tired the dogs out. Where's the other collie? I think he's under the table, under the chair. There he is, in the corner, look. Tired puppy. And the collies are sleepy buying. And pointers gone and took themselves in collie cages. The other one's in the other one, you can't see it because of the sun. What are you doing in there? Eh? Pinch Badger's cage, is he comfy? That's because I not let them in the caravan because they're wet. So they've gone and got in the collie cages. Never mind, eh? This is part of the Pennine Way, and we've just gone a little bit of a walk this morning to walk the dogs and let the dogs go in the river to cool down. And this afternoon, when it's cooler, I might go walk on my own and do a bit more exploring. But if you look this away, is that the right thing? So we're on our way back to the campsite. So if we'd have carried on walking along this path, we stopped at the river for the dogs to get a bit of a rest and a bit cooler. If we'd have carried on walking, this is the path that we take to go up to Black Hill, and I will be walking this in the week. It's supposed to be a little bit cooler, so perhaps me and one collie will be having a walk about, I think it's about 15k there and back. It's not that far really. And if it's a bit cooler, then the dog or dogs, whoever I decide to take, it will be a collie. It will not be a pointer, because I'm scared stiff of a pointer taking off across these hills after birds. Well, it's evening and it's starting to cool off, so we're back out from hiding from the sun, and we thought we'd just come and try and find this path to the reservoir. And there's about 3 reservoirs in a line, and by looking down here, the water is really low, but apparently they've been using the water for the fires up on the moor that's been in the news. So they've been coming across with helicopters and scooping the water out and taking it across to Saddleworth, I think it was Saddleworth Moor, up near Manchester. And so we've come to have a look, and just me and Freya come to have a little bit of time with me, haven't you, Freya, on his own? We've sneaked away from the others. Right, hold on, let me stop this and go and have a look what's going on. Well, this is the top part of the reservoir, and as you can see, there's not much water in it. I think there's a little bit more up this way, but this is the top one, and then there's 2 more further down than this. Oh, what we found. We found beach. This is all sandy. Come on, Freya. Freya says this is like the beach, Mum. We're going to see if we can get to the water and see if I can manage not to get bit. My husband's being bit to pieces again, same as last holiday. I don't know why, because he never used to get bit, and he never gets bit when he's at work anyway. And I'm not, well, I've got the odd bite, but we can see the water. Having fun? Having fun? She says, yes mummy, because I'm allowed off. First time since we've been here and I get to run around. Come on, good girl. Freya! Freya! Freya, what you sniffing at? Freya! Now this is why she's not coming back. Dead goose. That's been dead a while. That's why she wouldn't come back when I called her. Hopefully, if it cools off in a bit, because we're only on about 5 o'clock, I'm going to climb to the top of there. So apparently there's a quarry up there. I'm going to go and have a nosy. This is the river that runs past our campsite, and the river that the dogs have been playing in further up from our campsite, and it comes down under this bridge and into the reservoir, and supposed to fill it up, but we're not very full at the minute. Well, we're heading back now. And besides our campsite, there is an activity centre up this way, a youth hostel, and it's on the edge of the Pennine Way, so makes an ideal place for a campsite and a youth hostel. And there is a free car park as well, so if you want to come walking, nothing like a free car park. So let's get back to the caravan. I'm getting warm.